Alright, everybody, welcome back to a brand new PTCGO video, and today, guys, we're going to be taking a look at a Vileplume box deck. Now, this is a deck that's been getting a lot of hype recently, mainly because of how powerful it is. So, this deck is all about locking your opponent and running very disruptive Pokemon. So, the first thing we're going to be looking at is going to be the Vileplume, which is kind of the main card of the deck. Vileplume is extremely powerful. It has an ability called Irritating Pollen, where each player cannot play any item cards from his or her hand. This is a very powerful ability, and it shuts down so many decks. A lot of decks rely on abilities now. Even with Seismitoad and Trevenant Rotate now, you still have to deal with Vileplume. Vileplume, the item lock is just so powerful, and you really do see how powerful it is, especially from last format with the whole Seismitoad Trevenant craze. And even now, like in Expanded, Trevenant's been doing very well recently. I think it's been winning a lot of tournaments, so you can just see how powerful item lock is. And in Standard, it's still extremely powerful, since people really run more items because item lock really isn't a big of a threat anymore with Seismitoad and Trevenant gone. Now you have Vileplume, and Vileplume can still work well. Now the problem is this is stage 2, but we got Force of Giant Plants, and that will allow us to play the Oddish, the Gloom, and the Vileplume down all in one turn, and that is going to work, and we can possibly get turn 1 Vileplumes. So, how are you going to play this? There's a lot of different ways. I do have one deck that I want to try out with this. It involves Giratina and the new Salamence-EX. I don't know if I already made a video on that, if somehow I didn't get the Salamences, but Salamence are really hard to get, Salamence-EX, but I do want to make a Salamence-EX Giratina Vileplume deck. That's going to be a deck I'm working on. But yeah, Vileplume has the ability where it locks items, and with Force of Giant Plants it combos nicely. There's so many different ways you can run Vileplume, but we're going to be looking at the one with all different kinds of EXs. So the first EX we're going to be running is going to be Jolteon-EX. Jolteon-EX is extremely good with Flashray, where it does 70, and then this thing cannot be damaged by basic Pokemon. That is very powerful. It means any EX Pokemon except for Megas cannot damage Jolteon. But say we do run into like a Mega, we have Glaceon. Now Glaceon can also work well against stuff like Greninja and like maybe Typhlosion or Talonflame, just anything that's an evolution. Crystal Ray goes through those, that is powerful. Also goes through Mega Evolution Pokemon. And then we have Regice, which, to top things off, this thing is also extremely powerful. The Resistance Blizzard does 70 during your opponent's next turn. Prevent all damage on this thing. And just, again, by only EXs. So then anything that's an EX cannot damage Regice, which is very powerful. And those are like the 3 main attackers in the deck. Jolteon, Glaceon, and Regice. But we do have a ton of other stuff in here. We got Umbreon. Pardon me, to complete the evolution line, we do play one Umbreon. Now, Umbreon is really nice against Mega Evolutions, and it is extremely powerful. So basically, endgame does 70 for 3, and if you knock out a Mega Pokemon, you're taking 4 prizes on that thing. Not 2, not 3, you're taking 4. You can literally win a game with just one endgame, because literally, you could already have taken 2 prizes, or 3 even, and you can win the game just alone with one endgame. It is powerful. It's going to be a nice little late game finisher if we play against a Mega Evolution deck. We also play one Yveltal-EX. This is just something that I like playing in the deck. I like playing Yveltal in these kind of decks because Yveltal, you never know when it can be good. It's also really nice against Mega Mewtwo-Y sometimes, or it's just a nice attack to have in general. You don't need to play it. This is more of a Vileplume box deck, so it just plays a ton of different attackers. Now we have 2 Mews. Mew can be good against Mewtwo decks if Mewtwo becomes a problem with damage change. Well, we have Mew-EX for Versatile, which will allow you to copy the ability, and then boom, we can use Mew instead. And you could copy like Evil Ball or like Resistance Blizzard or something, and it will hit those Mewtwo's for weakness, which is what we're aiming for. So we got 2 Mews, plus Mew can also copy Flashray and Resistance Blizzard, so it allows us to technically play 2 more Glaceons, Regices, and Jolteons, which is really good. So we do have the 2 Mews for that. And plus, it can use your opponent's attacks too, which you never know when that can come in handy. We do have one Manaphy in the deck. Manaphy has the ability Aqua Tube, where each of your Pokemon has any water energy on it. It does not have a retreat cost. This is very good because we play Rainbow Energy and Water Energy to give Pokemon for retreat. It also can work with Vileplume sometimes. I mean, if they do, bring a Vileplume, we can just put a Water Energy on it. And then with Manaphy, we can retreat the Vileplume for free. That could work. But also just having free retreat with Rainbow Energy works really nicely with Manaphy. 3 Shaymin-EXs. Since the deck relies on trying to get out turn 1 Vileplume, 3 Shaymins will maximize the potential of getting that Vileplume. So we do play 3 of those. Now, one thing I think this deck needs is Megairna-EX. But the list that I have here and the list that I managed to get does not run any Megairna-EXs, but I think running one Megairna-EX is a very good idea. I didn't really know what I could take out if I wanted to run it, but I do think playing an extra, playing one more Megairna-EX is good. Obviously, I'm going to have that whole sidebar thing saying what you can and can't what you can add in the deck and stuff like that. So I do think 1 Mega Unit EX could be good. So those are all the Pokemon. We can get to the items. 2 Level Balls. Level Ball will allow us to grab stuff like Oddish and Gloom and whatnot to get them in play. 4 Trainers Mail. Trainers Mail, amazing because it'll allow you to get your first giant plants, all your Ultra Ball, stuff like that, very early on so that you can ensure that turn 1 Vileplume is a little more easier. 4 Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball is a great card, but it also works with the whole trying to get the Vileplume out in 1 turn thing. 2 Lysandre. The deck does not play any VS Seeker because Vileplume shuts it down, so we are going to play 2 Lysandres just for that reason alone. And 3 Ends, and 4 Sycamores are draw sport. Sycamore is amazing. I went with 4 of these because in the late game, when you have a handful of items, you can just dump them all out with Sycamore. We got 2 Ninja Boys. Ninja Boy's amazing in this deck. This can work nicely. Like if you're playing against a deck that's like, hey, build up this Pokemon, and then we'll Ninja Boy out to a different Pokemon. So like say we need Regice and we have an active Jolteon, we can Ninja Boy into the Regice. Or Ninja Boy into like Umbreon if we ever need to, or Ninja Boy into like Glaceon or something. So we do play 2 Ninja Boys, plus it's a nice card, and we got 2 Olympias. Olympia's great because it works as a healer sometimes, but it also is great with Vileplume. Since people will try to Lysandre out Vileplume, since it does have a 3 retreat cost, it is very hard to retreat. Plus if it's stuck up there with the item lock, you can't really retreat it unless you manually attach, which you don't really want to do. So we're going to be playing 2 Olympias for that reason, to help us out, get those Vileplumes out of the active spots. Because again, without VS Seeker, they can't just keep using Lysandre, so Olympia is great. And we got 4 Forge Giant Plants. Obviously, we need these for the Vileplume. And we do run 2 Float Stones in the deck. Float Stone, we are going to use, if we ever get the opportunity to, we could put a Float Stone onto our Vileplume before, well, technically not our Vileplume, but like on our Oddish or Gloom before it becomes a Vileplume. So this way, it all will have free retreat when we have the Vileplume play. Because with Vileplume play, we will not be able to play Float Stones, so we do play 2 Float Stones for that reason. The energies, we play 4 DCEs, since everything runs a DCE. We play 4 Rainbow energies, since you can use it for, like, Yveltal, Umbreon, Regice, Jolteon, Glaceon, and then with 1 water energy. Some lists I've seen play 2 waters. We're just playing 1. The list I got only played 1. So this is our Vileplume box deck. Plays a bunch of different attackers. Very fun deck. Very disruptive deck. And let's hop into a few matches with the deck on PTCGO and see it in action and see why it's getting so much hype. See if we can get that ultimate Vileplume lock going. Alright guys, here we go with our first game with our Vileplume box deck. We'll see how it goes. Losing the coin flip, so we won't be able to get that turn 1 Vileplume that we needed, which is a bit of a bummer. But we will see what my opponent will be running, and ooh, looking at this hand, it ain't too good. So we'll start with the Glaceon, we'll play the Oddish, but we won't play the Manaphy just yet. We'll hold off on that for now. And my opponent is playing Electric, so I guess this might be an Electric box deck. If it is, then Jolteon will be our good friend, because Jolteon can obviously go through this. Now, if he plays his own Jolteon, that could be a problem. So we'll see how it goes. We do need to get our Vileplume into play, and we need to get End or something. So hopefully my opponent, like, ends me. That'd be great. Alright, so he does play the Parallel City down, which will prevent our Force Giant Plants, but not really a big deal. And he goes with an Escape Rope, which is why I didn't really want to put the Oddish down, but whatever, just in case he ends me. Hopefully he ends me so we don't have to deal with this awful hand. So he plays a Raikou. He's going to put a Funny Fury Belt onto the Raikou. Okay, we need to get something here. Now, luckily for us, we can Ninja Boy for Jolteon. We'll see how it goes. What are we going to top deck? Nothing. So we'll play the DCE on to Glaceon, and I guess we'll pass for now. Next turn, we're going to have to get something here. I hope he ends me or something, because this is not a good hand at all. You know, actually, next turn we could Ninja Boy for Shaymin, and then Sky Return, which I'm actually going to do. So he does Thunder Wave, and it does fail, so we'll see what we can top deck here. Regice, nope, I don't need to play it down since I doubt he plays any EXs, so what we'll do is we'll Ninja Boy our active Oddish. This is a very weird play, but you know what? We gotta do what we gotta do, you know what I mean? So we can Ninja Boy for Shaymin. We can DCE the Shaymin. And we can go with a Sky Return. We will have to bring up our Glaceon, but I don't think he has anything else. All we need is another Ninja Boy, and we'll be able to hopefully go with that. We might have to play down a Regice or Manaphy just so that we can at least go with a setup and try and get something here. Unless he does try to end me. So he puts another Lightning on, and there's an end. Alright, perfect. Now, if we can get a Ninja Boy and a Rainbow Energy, that would be perfect. And hopefully we can get a Vileplume out next turn also. So that would be amazing. What are we going to get? Okay, we do see the Jolteon. Now, we do see a Trainer's Mail, too. So This hand isn't bad, so he does find a max elixir. He will be able to attack me with Raikou. So I guess Glaceon will just be bait then, I guess, for Jolteon. So we are going to see him grab an Electrode, and I kind of expected that. I don't think he can knock me out with Electrode quite yet. I don't think he has enough energy to do the Buzzap Thunder, and it is a free prize for us, which is good. So we'll take our prize, see what it is. Shaymin, don't need you anymore. But whatever. Now, I don't know if Raikou's knocking me out. I hope it isn't. I mean, hopefully my math isn't wrong, because if it is, this could be bad Thunderlance, and it's only going to do 160. So we do get to live with a 10 HP, which is very nice. So there's an Oddish. There's a Jolteon we can play. Now the problem here is if I play too many Pokemon down, that's just easy way to Lysandre around Jolteon. And look at that, we get Ninja Boy. Don't need to play it. And I guess we'll go with Sycamore. Nothing else we can do. I don't want to play too many Pokemon down. And that's my problem. But what we can do is we can actually do this. We can play down the forest, the giant plants. We can Ultra Ball away Lysandre and Water Energy, I guess, since we're not attacking with Glaceon. And we can grab a Gloom. Now, the good thing here is if we do get the Vileplume in play, we'll be able to shut down his items. And he already played a Lysandre. No, he didn't. Never mind. I thought he played Lysandre for some reason, but we can play Shaymin. And at this point, we can just go for the item lock. Because, again, he won't be able to use via Seeker. And just like that, we'll get rid of Ninja Boy, and we'll get rid of Rainbow Energy. And what we will grab here is a Vileplume. Assuming he's in the deck, there he is. There's a good old Vileplume. So we can grab Vileplume, and we can play him down. And, and I guess pass. We don't really need Glaceon this match, so I guess we'll just pass the turn. Next turn, we can attack with Jolteon, unless he does knock it out. So maybe I should have played the second Jolteon down. So he does put the Light Energy on. And, alright, so he does go with the Professor Sycamore, which is fine. He won't be able to do the Lysandre. As long as Vileplume's in play, things are nice. I want to try and get another Vileplume in play if I can, just in case. So he does play a Rough Seas down, which does help him a little bit. It does make Jolteon only do 50 a turn. Actually, it's not doing that much damage a turn to this Raikou. That's actually going to be a little tough to deal with. We do have one Lysandre in the deck for, like, Shaymin, but other than that, we're kind of not going to be taking many prizes. So he does Thunderlance me for a knockout. So what we'll do is we'll bring up our Jolteon-EX, and we'll play him down. We'll put the Rainbow Energy on. We'll go with an N, so we can N him to 4, and hopefully he just gets a handful of items. And what I'm looking for, okay, we didn't get the Force Giant Plants I wanted to see. I wanted to get like a Force Giant Plants, but we didn't get it. So we'll put a Mew down, because then we can actually use Mew for Jolteon for next turn. So we'll play a Shaymin down. And let's see if we can get anything that'll help us out here. Nope, we do see the Lysandre, which is nice. So we'll go with the Flashray for not a lot of damage. 50 damage. Not a lot of damage at all, really, because of that Rough Seas really playing a huge factor here. Actually, I could have played Rough Seas on my Jolteon. What am I doing? But what we can do is we can use Mew, I guess. But then again, he could easily then Lysandre Jolteon out and knock it out, so I don't really know about that play. But he does play down another Raikou. He does end me, which is fine. I wasn't really a big fan of this hand anyways. Alright, so we'll see if we can get the Force Giant Plants we need to actually do anything. And, okay, we do find an Oddish and a Sycamore. We do see Olympia and another DCE. Alright, so what we can do, and there's a Gloom. Unfortunately, no Force Giant Plants. So, yeah, that sucks. So we'll put that on, and we'll definitely go for this, because we do need to find a Force Giant Plant. So, this way he can't use Rough Seas. Still nothing. So, I guess Rough Seas, and I guess Flashray. I don't think I need to do Sycamore anymore, so we'll just go with Flashray. We're kind of just trying to make him not be able to, I don't know. We really need to get that Rough Seas out of here, because that thing is really helping my opponent. But I also don't want to deck myself out on accident or something. So there's a Sycamore, getting rid of more items. How many Sycamores does he have left? Alright, one. He's only used one Sycamore? I swear he's used like 2 more. I guess not, I guess I was wrong. Oh no, yeah, he has used another one, but I thought he used like a few more Sycamores, but I guess not. So there's Electrode. Electrode could attack me. It's only doing 70 damage though. I mean, if he wanted to, he could use Electrode to attack. I don't know if he will, though. We'll see if he does or not. It's not going to be doing that much damage. He won't be able to knock me out with Electrode. Also, if he plays Pokemon Ranger, that could be a problem. I don't know if he runs it or not. So, he does play his own Jolteon down, which will kind of make this a stall match, which isn't actually going to be very fun to deal with. So, there's the Buzzap Thunder, and we can take a prize, see what it is going to be. Level Ball, don't need you. And he's going to attach it to Jolteon. I guess he's going to attack with his own Jolteon, but at that point we could just Flashray each other to death. Which I guess, I mean, it's not the best route to take, but, I mean, it's something. Nope, he's going to pass. Nice. Alright. So, I guess at this point, we just continue with the Flashray. I mean, we could attach the Rainbow Energy to, like, Vileplume, maybe, in case that Jolteon comes up. But then again, then he could retreat into Raikou. So, I guess we'll just continuously do this. How many energies does he have left? No, he just played one down. Alright, does Sycamore. This is actually fine, though, because if we can keep up a Flashray lock on him, we'll be able to basically deck him out, because he's lower on cards than we are. But then again, you never know. How many ends have I played? Alright, let's see. I think I've played a few. Yeah, one. Alright, so I think I have a couple left, which is fine. So we do have a few ends left in the deck, which is good, because we'll use N to our advantage here, and eventually he might deck out. So, I mean, if he wants to do the Flashray stalemate thing, then that'll be fine. But we'll see if he does go that route or not. He might keep this in the active. Nope, he's going to retreat into the other Raikou for some reason. Okay, that's fine. Keep it going. Yeah, let's Flashray. The thing is, if I do use Mew, again, that just opens the door for a Lysandre. He'll be able to Lysandre out Jolteon, and then he can knock it out. And then I'm kind of screwed, so we're going to try and not do that. So, yeah. And I guess, I mean, we can kind of try and deck him out. I'm not really a big fan of slow deck out games with Jolteon. They're not really fun to play, but you know what? If we're going to be able to win this game for you guys, I got no choice. So there's Lysandre. I was expecting that. This is why I held on to my Rainbow Energy, just in case he did do Lysandre. So he does bring up his Jolteon. Now, he will go down to 2 prizes. Now, it depends on how many more Lysandres he plays. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised he didn't really go for the Vileplume, but if he plays another Lysandre, it's kind of over. So, yeah. Bring up the Jolteon, and I guess we can put the Rainbow on, just in case. What else can I play here? We can play Regice, but there's really no point. We don't need to play Mew either. Let's just go with the N for the 4. And hopefully, if we give him a handful of items, we can just continuously do this Flashray lock. No matter how weird it'll get, we can do it. And, I mean, if he plays more than one Lysandre, this could be over for us, but we'll see. So let's just hit him with a Flashray for no damage, but this way we'll keep up a continuous lock of Flashray. We can do Swift, but then he'd be able to attack us with Flashray, and we don't want that. Plus, Swift would do 0 damage, so, yeah. There's really nothing we can do. Again, this is more of a game where we can see if we can deck him out. Yeah, like, literally nothing we can do here. So he does go Flashray. So, okay. Force the Giant Plants. Don't need you anymore. Let's go Flashray again. I mean, if we find a Gloom, I'll go for a second Vileplume. Just in case he does knock out this Vileplume, but I don't know if he does. Like, the thing is, if he plays 2 Lysandres, he has the game. He has the win. He can Lysandre Shaymin, he can knock it out, and we'd lose the game. Or, I mean, he can knock out anything on the bench, technically. Mew or Shaymin because of Raikou. So he does bring up the, ooh, he's going to go with a Thunder Wave. And it gets heads. You gotta be kidding. Okay, can we get Olympia? No. Wow. We lose because that thing got... Wow, I am speechless. We could have knocked out the Voltorb with... If we had Olympia... Ooh, I really kind of regret that end now. That Thunder Wave was extremely dumb and... Wow. He won the game without... Wow, that is... I don't know what to say. I have no idea what to say. And he's taking a while. Is he, like, speechless? He's like, holy cow, I just beat this Vileplume deck. Yeah, he just won. And honestly, I don't know what to say about this matchup. Other than, that is extremely annoying. But... He's going with another Thunder Wave? Instead of winning? Never mind. He could have retreated and Raikou'd and won the game. I guess not. So we'll Flashray, knock him out. And if he ever tries the Thunder Wave again, we have Olympia. We can just Olympia into like Mew and retreat. That is huge. I don't know why he didn't just retreat and win the game. Because he had the win. He could have retreated, done Voltorb into Raikou, and just easily knocked me out. Which I don't know why he didn't do that. Now we are in a good position. Because even if he tries to do another Voltorb tactic, we can just do Olympia. And retreat and then do that. So I'm surprised he did that and did not win the game. He had the win. All he had to do was just retrieve Voltorb into Raikou because we were paralyzed. We didn't do Flashray. So I don't really know why he didn't do that. But hey, you know what? I'm not going to complain. So that's a good thing for us. So again, we're just going to be Flashraying back and forth. It's going to be a very boring match. But hey, if we're getting that win, we're getting that W, I will take it. I will take it. So let's see. So yeah, it's just a Flashray match, and honestly, it's going to be down to who decks out first, which I don't know who will, but we'll see. So we'll Flashray. I mean, maybe he thinks he has another Lysandre. I don't know if he does. He has played 2 ends. He might not have any ends left. Even if he does have an end, it's not the end of the world. He'll still deck out first. He's still a lot lower on cards than I am. All we really have to hope is he does not have a second Lysandre. All he needs is a Lysandre, and he can win the game. So, we gotta watch out for that. Or Voltorb Thunderwave heads and we don't have a way to Olympia, so that could be scary. So yeah, very weird match, but we're just gonna Flashray back and forth. Just Flashray, Flashray, Flashray. And if he plays Lysandre, then it's over. All he needs is a Lysandre, and he would win the game, so yeah. So there's a Flashray, and what are we gonna get as a top deck? We still have a fair decent amount of items. We still have some Trainers Mails, a Float Stone left over. We don't really need those, so... I mean, we're not playing Yveltal down. I can play anything down, because honestly, all he needs is Lysandre to win the game. I don't know. So there's this another Flashray. I mean, I can keep this up all day. There's our own Lysandre, which, if he ever tries another Voltorb shenanigan, then I'll gladly Lysandre out your Shaymin and win the game for later on down the road. And we would actually have a chance of winning, which would be kind of funny. We don't have any other Lysandres left, and no VS Seekers, obviously, because we have Vileplume, so... I'm going to hold on to Lysandre, just in case. Just in case he ever does do a Shaymin, or in case he tries Voltorb again, we can do Olympia and then knock him out that way, and then Lysandre the Shaymin later on to win the game, so we'll do that. We'll just keep Flashraying. Again, if he has Lysandre, he does win the game, but if he doesn't, we win the game, so that'll be a good thing. So we'll see. He does do Brock's Grit, which actually does help him. Yeah, that actually helps him. I don't know how many energies he has in his discard pile, though. He has 3 Voltorbs, 5 energies. Ooh. Okay, that did help him. Now, again, if he tries that Voltorb tactic again, we can just do the Olympia play. So, us winning is not out of the picture quite yet. We can still win this. So, yeah, he's going to get back a ton of cards. So, the whole deck out thing, I mean, he still has 12 cards left. We still have a few things to work with, so it's not the end of the world. Hold on. What do I have? Okay, still have another N, and then there's the N. I think we top decked it, so... Again, Flashray. Now, if he tries another Voltorb play, all we need is Olympia, and that's... Again, we can just do Olympia, then we can retreat. Or not even retreat, we can just attack with Mew if we wanted to. And we could use Mew, we could knock out Voltorb, then we could do Lysandre, knock out Shaymin down the road, and win us this game. And I think he might do another Voltorb play. Like... It's not the greatest of things to do, but you never know. He might actually do it, so... yeah. Let's just Flashray. We'll keep Flashraying him to death until we can do something. And I just have to hope he does do a Voltorb play. If he does that Voltorb play, we can win the game. But if he doesn't, we lose the game. That's going to be a problem. Unless... Well, I saw he played a Delinquent, but I don't think he plays more than one Delinquent. So he does do Parallel City. And he gets rid of that Shaymin. Okay, that actually takes the win out of the window. But he did play an extra card down, which is huge. Alright, so there's another Flashray. And obviously it's not going to do anything. This is the most boring match of PTCGO I've ever played in my life. Honestly, it is. Most games I get with this deck, though, it's just people concede so quickly because the luck is so huge. So yeah. I mean, you'll get that. So, Flashrays me again. We do have N. Unfortunately, though, he does have more cards. But we just have to hope he plays more cards down. We'll see if he does or not. We'll see if he does. That Shaymin is huge. There's no way we can really win now. But he can't play any more Pokemon down unless we did Force Giant Plants. So I don't know. So we can go with the Flashray. He definitely has energy, so there's no way we can Lysandre stall him. Or anything like that, unfortunately. So there's another Flashray. As long as we just keep cards in our hand, I think we should be fine. So we'll go with another Flashray for, again, nothing. This is the most boring game of PTCGO ever. Yeah, so Flashray again. Okay. And what are we going to do with this hand? Force Giant Plants, don't need it. Boom. Let's go with Flashray. And let's see what my opponent's going to do. If he ever plays more cards down, that gives us the option to win. That Brock's Grid was huge, though. I don't really see many people play that card, unfortunately, so I don't know what the heck was going on there. So we'll Flashray again for nothing. And then we'll end. This is literally the most boring game I've ever played in my life. It's kind of intense, because we could lose, but you never know. You never know. So there's another Flashray. Man, I wish we played like Shauna or something. That'd be great. I mean, if we played Shauna, this would be a lot easier. I'm trying to think of... there's really nothing else we could do. Like, I was thinking like Sky Return, but that won't work. Because trying to get more cards back in my hand is actually not a bad thing. So, he's going to go with that again. Now, what we will have to do is we will have to end him. So, this is going to be a huge end. We're going to have to play our last end on my opponent. And we're going to get 23 cards back, and that is going to be nice. How many cards is he going to get back? Alright, so we're going to get 20. We're going to go down to 20. He's going to go down to 21, so we'll deck out first. But we'll see what happens. Oh, no, he's going to go down to 19. So now we have a way to win. Now he is lower on cards than we are. So, Flashray. Oh, yeah, we didn't take as many prizes. That's why, right? We've only taken 3 prizes. He's only taken 2 prizes. So that's why. That is why. Nice, nice, nice. Alright. So, I mean, that's a good thing. So, I don't know how he can win. If he tries doing an N, he won't be able to. And I don't know if he definitely doesn't have a Lysandre left in his deck. So, there's a Flashray. This is literally reminds me a lot about those ball toy stall matches back in Legacy. People used to do these ball toy stall matches where they just literally stall the game with ball toy. And it was hilarious. And I would always run like, Hugh and Shauna, and I'd run like 5 Shaunas in my deck just to troll my opponent, and it was always the funnest things. Back when Shiftry was still a thing, so boom, Flashray for 70. I don't know, is there like a way I can speed this up? I'll see if I go into my editing software that I use, I'll see if I can speed up this whole part of Flashray, because I honestly don't think you guys care. I'm definitely going to put like a timestamp down saying like, hey, there's this really boring game. Skip ahead if you don't want to watch it, because it's literally just Flashray. If you want to see the outcome, watch the whole thing. I know you want to watch the whole thing. So I'm either going to try and I'm definitely going to put a timestamp saying skip ahead if you don't want to watch this boring part. And 2, I'm probably going to do a speed up where I'll speed through this if I can. If I can figure out if I find a way to speed through this, I'll definitely try that. So, yeah. So there's another Flashray, and I mean, it's just Flashray Wars at this point. Okay, so, yeah, this is very boring, and it's very boring to commentate. He concedes the game. Never mind, I do not have to speed it up. He concedes. He realizes he can't win. That was a very crazy win. We'll see you guys in another game with the deck, though, of course, because that game, it showed up the deck pretty nicely, but we need to do more. So, see you guys in a minute. Alright, here we go with our second game. Hopefully, it's not as boring and long as the last one. I don't think it will. We do go first. This is great. If we can get a turn 1 Vileplume, we are going to be in great shape. I don't know what my opponent's running. I'm thinking it's going to be Rainbow Road. Okay, so Shaymin, Oddish. We do have a good hand, though, so we're going to have to start with Oddish, unfortunately. Yeah, we're going to have to start with our Oddish. Hopefully, we can get a Float Stone on the Oddish before we can do anything, because with this hand, we definitely have potential to do a lot of stuff, but Oddish is going to be kind of a roadblock. Or Shaymin, sorry, is going to be a lot helpful, so we are going to need to kind of hold off on the Shaymin, so I'm not going to be able to play it. So, we see a Magearna. Swear to God, this is a mirror match. I'm going to laugh. So, let's go with Ultra Ball. We'll get rid of Lysandre and Lysandre. We'll grab Gloom for sure. We'll definitely grab that Gloom. Okay, so we'll grab the Gloom. We'll play the Force of Giant Plants. We'll put the Gloom down. Now, I hope this isn't a mirror match. I mean, it'd be very funny if it was. So anyways, let's go with the Shaymin for 2. Okay. We'll Ultra Ball away the Ninja Boy and the Gloom. We're not going to grab Vileplume because we don't want to play it just yet. We'll grab Jolteon. We could grab Regice, actually. But we'll grab Jolteon instead. We'll grab Jolteon. We'll go with the Sycamore. And let's see what we can get that'll be good. Alright, we do get the Float Stone. That is perfect. We'll play Glaceon down just in case. We'll put the DC on the Jolteon. We'll play Shaymin before. I don't want to get rid of the DC just in case. Mega Scizor is going to be a bad match if it is, which I don't even know why I randomly said that. Alright, nice. So we can Ultra Ball away this, and we get rid of the Umbreon. I don't think he's playing some kind of like Team Plasma deck. Or not, why did I say that? Mega Evolution deck. So we'll grab Vileplume. Yeah, we'll get that Vileplume. And we will put a Float Stone onto Glaceon. We'll Level Ball. And we'll grab an Oddish. We're not going to play it down. We'll just grab it just to thin out the deck because I don't have any other cards in my hand for next turn, which is bad. So we'll play the Vileplume down. And we'll just retreat into Glaceon and we'll pass. So yeah, this is very good. We got the turn 1 Vileplume. All we need is a good top deck here, and we are going to be golden. So if we can get Delinquent. Alright, we are going to lose our Oddish and a DCE. Not really the end of the world, though, so I'm not complaining too much about losing those two cards. Didn't really need them. If he has to end me, that'd be great. So he puts some Metal Energy on. Now, this thing could actually knock me out. And we get a Regice. We'll play the Regice down. We'll retreat into... I don't want him to knock me out. I don't know. We could bring out Jolteon, but all he needs is the DCE, and he could literally knock out Glaceon. And I want to keep Glaceon, so we can either retreat into Shaymin or Jolteon. Jolteon can take a hit. He's only doing 100, and then next turn he'd only be doing 40, so we could potentially live with Jolteon. So we'll retreat into Jolteon. Unfortunately, he's going to have to take the brunt of that damage. My opponent's in frown face. He might have a handful of items. If he has a DCE, he can hit Jolteon for 100 damage, but that's fine. Nope, he has a metal, so I guess we won't be... Oh, look at that top deck. Woo-hoo-hoo, we got that Sycamore boy. What are we going to get? Alright, nice, nice. Perfect hand. So we can put the Rainbow Energy on, and we can go with Flashray for 70 damage. Now, we aren't two-shotting this thing, sadly, but he can attack us now, and... Wait, Magearna goes through that prevent all effects of opponent's attacks. Oh, no, he could still attack us. Not really a big deal, though. He does go with the N, and as long as he keeps getting handfuls of items, we're fine. Now, this might be a Mega Scizor deck, which is a horrible matchup. Just because we rely so heavily on energy, special energies. No, it's a Mega Audino deck. Alright, that's even better. So, we're definitely power up Glaceon next. And he does go Soul Blaster, which, never mind, doesn't go through. That's perfect. So we'll put a Water Energy on. Actually, let's just put onto Regice. And let's just Flashray. There's really no point in ending him. He might have a handful of items. And if he does, that's good. I don't want to give him a new hand and get a Mega Audino going. We'll power up Glaceon. We'll power Regice instead. Just because Regice could go through both Audino and Mega Audino, so he just does the Evolve and ends his turn. Kind of feel bad for him. Like, he literally can't do anything right now. And yeah, let's just go with Flashray for a knockout, and we can take our two prizes. What are they going to be? Manaphy and another double Colorless. Perfect. So next turn we can attack with Regice, which we will do. Unless he ends us, but I don't think he has anything in his hand. But next turn we'll just attack with Regice and start going with Resistance Blizzard. And yeah, we'll be golden from there. So he does find a Metal Energy on Audino, but he's going to pass. And yeah, we can... retreat into our Regice. We can put the double Colorless Energy on it, and we can go with Resistance Blizzard for 70 damage. Now, again, it's a little slow because we're only 3-shotting him, but we basically have this huge lock going on with Vileplume and with Regice, so really, nothing my opponent can really do right now, which is really nice for me, but not for him. So he's going to pass, and I guess we'll just continuously do the Resistance Blizzard. I don't want to walk into a Delinquent again if he somehow plays another one, so I'm not going to bother with the 4th Giant Plants. So Resistance Blizzard him, hit him again for more damage, and he passes, and there's really nothing we can play. Like, I don't want to end him or anything, so we'll just Resistance Blizzard him again. We'll take our 2 prizes, and this will walk us into an end of 2, which could hurt us, but you never know. So we'll take our 2 prizes, and... we are low on cards. We do have 14 cards left, so we gotta watch out for that. And yeah, he's just gonna pass. So, I mean, we kind of have the game here. I don't really see how he can win. We'll just hit him for 70. And, I mean, also, Glaceon could do second bite if we ever needed to. I mean, that'd be a funny play. We get second bite his Mega Audino. That would be hilarious if we ever got to pull that off. So he does play Parallel City, which actually makes us do less damage. But you know what? You know what I say to that? Force Giant Plane. See, that's why I held on to it. So we'll force Giant Planes, we'll bump that, and we'll hit him for 70. Now, one thing he could do is if he does attack, he can do Magical Symphony and do 50 damage to something, which, I mean, that's not really reliable, 50 damage a turn. And he just passes again. Feel bad for him right now, but yeah, let's hit him for 70. And we will win next turn unless he plays another Pokemon down. But if not, we can win, and you can kind of just see how strong this deck is. Like, literally, the Vileplume lock is so powerful, you shut your opponent down completely. So he does Magical Symphony for nothing. We do win the game, and I wonder if he's going to concede. Alright, whatever. Anyways, this Resistance Blizzard, knock him out, win the game against this Mega Audino deck. And yeah, again, that just showed off how powerful this deck can be. I know it was a quick game, my opponent didn't do anything, but that's the point with the Vileplume block deck. You want your opponent to not be able to do anything. That's basically how the deck works, is you shut your opponent down completely to the point where they cannot do anything. Again, Determined Vileplume, the Regice, the Jolteon lock, was super powerful, and oh, I was gonna say, why the heck did we get 400 coins? But then I just realized we got the ladder thing. But yeah, again, that just my deck bait, that showed off the power of the deck. I need to get that Genesect EX, and I might just end the video off here, guys. Again, yeah, and that just showed off how powerful the deck was. I'm going to buy a pack, just because I don't really need all these coins. I'm not really saving up for anything, so we'll buy a pack. I could save up for that, I guess, but we don't need to. We'll buy 2 packs. We'll buy 1 pack of Unleashed, and we'll buy an Evolutions pack. I still need to pull a few cards from Evolutions, and I'm too lazy to trade stuff away, so we'll open up some Evolutions packs. And yeah, again, hopefully you guys did enjoy the video too, and I really hope I showed off the Vileplume box deck well. The first game showed it off okay. Second game really showed it off well with the whole Regice Vileplume lock. Again, if you get a turn 1 Vileplume lock and the turn 2 Regice Jolteon lock, you're going to be golden. Like, you just saw how powerful that lock deck is. I just shut down my opponent completely. He couldn't do anything. And nice, Reverse Holo Water. Nice, we get a fuller Mega Pidgeot. Now we have 3 of these. I can trade off my other Mega Pidgeot, which is perfect. That was a great pull. Holy cow. So let's open up another pack. Open up this Unleashed pack. I just thought I'd buy it. It was in the shop, right? You might as well buy it while it's in the shop. And we'll open it up, and yeah. Let's see what we're going to pull out of our Unleashed pack. That is going to be good. Hopefully we can get a Prime. A Reverse Holo Super Scoop Up would be nice. Ooh, Reverse Holo Plus Power. Nice. And we get a Float Soul. Not really what I need. I do need Plus Powers. I don't really know why, but Reverse Holo Plus Power is really good. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my PTCGO videos. Help me on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We are getting there, and when we do, it's gonna be lit. And I want to see if I can get 1,000 subs either before Christmas or New Year's, so don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know the first game was a little weird. The second game really was good. It showed off how powerful the Vileplume lock deck is. You can see why this deck is getting so much hype. It's such a powerful deck when you get that lock going. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.